Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play Disco Elysium. You're here with Rain Lefevre, otherwise known as DraxxKraven, and we are observing a taxidermied fish that tells time. Now, is this Edvard or Edgar? Edvard. Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you. Let's get straight to business. There's a dead body in a tree.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsaragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
He gestures to a tiny chair opposite to his giant desk.
I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debargeurs Union here in Martinez.
The man relaxes into his chair and continues.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name. I'd rather stand.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner as equals. Take a seat, I insist.
I don't sit, it's kind of a thing.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions.
As he nods, his multiple chins move like ocean waves.
I, too, have convictions, one of which is that I will not engage any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
You're no titan of volition, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave. Damn it. Curse my low volition.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Damn, this chair is
So
uncomfortable.
tell me, how can the head of the Debargeurs Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside. I didn't have... Oh, if I had 12 pain threshold, I'd have been able to wear it, but I couldn't.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Garte. Some people have no manners. Pains me to say.
Okay, it's pretty clear this guy's got eyes everywhere.
This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with the cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
That's 25 real. That's good money. Think of all the stuff you could get. Wait, you know Gart?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the check again. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me? Or...
No, it's cool.
Cool? Wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically oversized novelty check to a cafeteria manager. But, sure, if that's what's cool nowadays. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
Oh no.
Lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you can hear is an echo. Lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. I would appreciate any help you could provide.
All right, Harry? You seem anxious. Well, don't be. Everything's going to be all right.
It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now.
Okay.
Putting it into their own nouns.
So
It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Kim.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Damn it, Kim did not provide me a sufficient amount of backup. Ah! God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are going to shoot themselves with it. So what? Men can cry too. You want to cry? God, you're weak. Whatever you do, don't cry. He'll think you're disgusting.
Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this Mr. Dubois he keeps repeating? What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois. Mr. Dubois! Harry!
The large man snaps his fingers, but to no effect. You're in some kind of stupor. Keep sliding down the chair like a jello shot.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow? In a kind of a throwing motion? Like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. No, he's Mr. Dubois. Actually, this chair is really uncomfortable. I could use that glass of water.
What an odd demonstration of... Huh? You got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
I'm gonna pretend like I just did a good thing.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Thank you, Kim. Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. Could you help us get the dead body down from the tree? You might have noticed there's one hanging at a tree behind the hostel cafeteria. Oh my, don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter? Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt, a steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood. You're a community leader. You need to help your community out. I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. He licks his fat lips and smiles. But, of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. He picks up the handset of a radiophone to his right and clicks a button. Jean-Luc, the cop who bested you in physical combat is here, and he has a little dead body in a tree problem. Namely, he needs it to be taken down. Please extend him the courtesy. You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he was going to help you. Aren't you going to ask me how I got in? Am I going to ask? Hell, Harry, you spin-kicked my strongest man in the face. I saw it from my window. Would you ask a man like that how he got into your container yard? You don't even have a window. It was a figure of speech, Harry. Of course I don't have a window. I'm in a container. Anyway, I assure you I'm a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it. So I want to talk about the hanging. Oh, of course, that's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help you like I'm helping you with the body. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily, I understand you need to interview me. I sense there's a but. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night, and I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, we could just calmly talk, exchange information. We could blow this thing wide open. Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that. But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. Suddenly, he slaps himself on the forehead, you're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors. Kim, is that true? Are we door-opening machines? I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen. Come now, I just need you to go open a little door for me and just leave it unlocked. A simple thing, absolutely nothing shady about it. Why don't you just open it yourself? Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have the extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run all day. You want to send someone a message that the police will work for you. I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside assistance. So, what'll it be, Harry? Whose door is it? Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about. What do you mean by weasel? A loud, blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. He removes his glasses and rubs his nose. Just go there, unlock the door, leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can get back to discuss this with you. All right, fine. I'll look into it. We need to talk about the murder. Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level. You can get the key from Manana down by the gates. Manana like a free agent in the Union. Special operations, hard and socialist. Real free thinker, too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. Oh, and one last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see that his door was unlocked. What's in the container that's outside your office? My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them. No, there's something special about this one. It was attached to the Kvalsynth crane? Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you. Smooth-talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it. Everett, I'm going to leave now, but we will need to talk again later. Wait, you need this to get in and out through the gate. I was wondering how I was supposed to get out. Debardur's Union card. Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry. Well, that could have gone better, but it didn't go horribly. Unfortunately, we don't have a high composure score. That's just something we're going to have to put up with. Although, if I recall correctly, Superstar Cop gives me the ability to raise my composure to 5. So, even though I don't have exceptional composure skills, I will be able to raise it with regularity. Okay, so I have a total composure of 3, but I was getting a lot of penalties, mostly from the chair. If I were a Titan of Volition, that wouldn't have happened, but I am not a Titan of Volition. Not yet, anyway. And there are more volition-based tasks I need to undertake. But until then, erratic, yet thorough. Holy shit, critical success! Despite the dirt that surrounds and trails you, a beacon of light emerges from deep within. Hello? Is there anybody in there? The door stands silent. Satisfied detective. A wry smile crosses the lieutenant's face. Try again. If there's someone in there, I'd like to talk with you. Just like that, you hear a click, then a rattle. Some mechanism unlocks itself inside the door. Mega rich light bending guy. From deep within the container, a voice. Ahoy! Come on in! You can't be serious. Oh, I'm dead fucking serious. I'm super serial. Oh, Jesus Christ. When they said the light was bending, they weren't kidding. Here's another fun effect from this room. The closer you get to him, the higher your real gets. It's going wild. The man stands at the far end of the shipping container. It's hard to say anything more about him. You cannot make out any of his details, but you do feel the overwhelming presence of capital. The feeling causes all the hairs on your body to stand at attention, like soldiers preparing for review. Squint. Something's amiss. The light beams bend around his face and scatter in 1,000 directions. It seems like the laws of physics aren't applying here. They're suspended, distorted, and echo. Trying to visualize the physics at play is liable to give you an aneurysm. Don't think too hard about it. Jesus Christ, I need a visual calculus of 20? In the general stillness, only your tongue moves, flickering as you utter, hello? Hello! Welcome, come in, make yourself at home. Sorry, I'm not better able to receive you. I wasn't expecting visitors today. You can't hear him exactly, yet you're able to understand every word he says. It's very strange. An overwhelming hum covers everything. The voice doesn't escape from him. Now, he claps his hands together. What can I do for you, gentlemen? What can you see? What you can see of his body appears composed in a sharp summer suit and yacht shoes. Who are you? Who am I? Oh, I haven't been asked that question for such a long time. There's genuine surprise in his voice. I don't meet a lot of people outside my circle these days. Anyhow, my name is Rostom Diodor, investor, license holder, and extremely high net worth individual. And you are? Mr. Diodor. I am Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi of the RCM, and this is my partner. I'm a detective. Pleasure to meet you, he says warmly. Public service is a noble cause. How did you become so rich? Oh, Lord, not this again. What's the matter, Kim? Nothing. It's just that we've got this murder to solve, and yet you go around asking everyone about money. And every time I ask, are you sure this is related to the case? You say, sure, Kim, I think it is. And yet it never seems to get us any closer to solving the case. It's quite all right. I'm used to the question by now. To be blunt, I inherited my fortune from my grandmother, who herself was an extremely high net worth individual back in Grad. All I did was take her fortune and invest it prudently. Believe it or not, it takes more than a bit of skill not to blow a fast fortune on sailing boats, bad choices, and unsupervised state policy. And blow. What's it like being an extremely high net worth individual? The man exhales with a whistle. Oh, I gotta tell you, at first being rich is a lot of work. You gotta work hard because everything's so darn expensive. You know, prices increase exponentially at this income level. But then, once you've made my position, it's nearly impossible for me to not make money. My assets are so diversified that I'm bound to come out ahead no matter what. Some of my lower net worth friends say to me, but doesn't that take all the fun out of it? And I tell them, not really. Don't you think you owe that wealth to the society since you've done so well for yourself? Sure, and they benefit when I buy things to stimulate the economy. Do you know how many jobs it takes to maintain a racing yacht? Thousands? Dozens, at least. Of course, in the future it'll be automated, but my point is this, he says, jabbing his finger into the air a bit. Every man gets what he earns. It's the height of tyranny to take from him. Say nothing. Capital makes one speechless, does it not? Blind like the sun that rises from beyond the horizon after a gloomy winter. Hey, all this talk about money has made you lose the thread. What's going on with the light in this place? That's what you need to ask him about. There's something strange about you. What do you mean? Well, you look a little different. Are you talking about my chin? No, I mean, I can't see you. It's like something is happening to the light. Oh, that's what you mean. Yes, I've heard of this effect, though. I've never witnessed it myself, of course. It has something to do with the Weissman effect coefficient. The Weissman coefficient is a ratio designed to reflect the difference in net worth between individuals where the coefficient is close to 1, or 100%. It means one person possesses all net worth among the group of individuals. It's been observed that when the Weissman coefficient reaches about 0.96 or so, the laws of physics begin to bend around the high net worth individual. What's our coefficient? The Weissman coefficient for you of this individual appears to be 0.9998 repeating. Are you telling me that you're so rich that light literally bends around your face? Among other things, but calm down, I'm but a lowly single-digit billionaire. Really? No, not really. There are quite many digits. Can we see this weird effect? I see nothing of the sort, to be frank. All I see is a gentleman who's unusually well-dressed for Martinez in a cargo container, which I admit is a little odd. What are you doing in this container? Traveling! This is a great way to get around. It's fun, it's safe, and it gives me lots of time to think. By the way, let me ask you, where are we exactly? We're in Martinez, a district of Revachol, the former capital of the world. Ah, Revachol! I remember walking its streets as a teenager. There used to be a bowling alley in Stelmaris. I wonder if it's still there. Shame I can't get out and explore myself. One of the downsides of being an extremely high net worth individual is that mobs of low net worth individuals are constantly banding together, asking for money. Why don't you help them? You've got so much it couldn't mean a difference to you. There simply aren't enough hours a day to hand out all these handouts. It's like feeding seagulls. There are always more, and they never seem to do anything interesting with it, except more seagulls. Spending money is a matter of desire. I'm sure you'd agree. I don't have the desire for spending it like that. So you travel from place to place via shipping containers. Smart, no? It also provides a means to hide from all the targeted advertising we extremely high net worth individuals are constantly subjected to. Luxury yachts, high fidelity portable radio systems, pale-proof outerwear, and so on. It just gets a bit middle class after a while, a bit bourgeois. Ah, so you're saying being rich isn't worth the hassle. What? No, I didn't say that at all. Being rich is great. Just don't tell anyone I told you that. The bending light appears to wink. You're a rich investor, right? Can I have some money? Could you please stop asking people for money? It does not reflect well in the RCM, and to be perfectly frank, we can't afford to look worse than we already do. But Kim, I also can't afford to look any better than I do now. That's why I need the money. It's perfectly alright. Based on your appearance, I can tell I'm dealing with a smart man. As you may know, us high net worth individuals do not have a lot of cash on hand. Investments and liquidity are enemies of one another. I think I only have coins for coffee machines. Here's 3 real. How much can you get for this? It gets me almost nothing. That's the idea, my friend. You've got to work for the rest. Present a sound investment plan. You should invest in the RCM. You should what? The volunteer police force? Why would I do that? Because it's chronically mismanaged, deeply corrupt, and completely outmatched. Just a minute. The RCM has its difficulties, but generally speaking, you know, that's exactly what I've heard. From what I understand, the RCM is currently constituted is essentially a lost cause. Still, the idea of a privatized police force is extremely forward-thinking. You could even say it's ultra-liberal. Tell me, if you could invest in the RCM, where would you direct your resources? Bigger guns, large caliber motherfuckers that leave exit wounds the size of grapefruits. Well, I gotta go with Half-Light. Large weapons. You want to take an incompetent and corrupt police force and give them deadlier weapons? No, that's not a very good idea. If I could interject, the RCM's problems are mainly structural. We're hamstrung by a lack of clear lines of authority, and our system of performance reviews strongly disincentivizes inter-precinct cooperation. I think the lieutenant's right. Your problem runs much deeper than equipment or funding. The entire org structure of the RCM needs to be redefined. You need a unified chain of command, new metrics for measuring performance that reward real police work. Does that sound right? Yes, that's precisely what we need. So you'll do it? Hell no! Can you imagine how much work that would take? Why would I do that when I can just speculate on exotic financial derivatives from the comfort of the shipping container? The thing about investing is that the less work you do, the better. Don't overthink. That's what return on investment means. The lieutenant's disappointment is palpable. It's like someone just shot his dog. Ah! Morale critical! Whew! Ah. Oh, jeez, that was close. Goddamn. So now we can learn the bankruptcy sequence. Business loves silence, and the second loudest sound in the world, eclipsed only by the collective screams of market crash victims. So, let me whisper to you. Do you feel the veil of the sun god slipping? Are the better days gone? Are we entering bankruptcy? Is the company gonna go down? Leave you in the gutter with the rest of the dredges? Delivering parcels for soup money? You need to crisis manage your way out of this. Yeah, if we had succeeded that very difficult role, we'd have gotten 100 real for our services, which would have been great, but hey, 3 real ain't nothing. And you know what I can do with that 3 real? Buy more morale medicine so that I don't fucking quit. Oh, jeez. So that'll do for this episode of Disco Elysium. We have an appointment with Jean-Luc. See you there next time.